I think that point kind of opens us up into talking about the future of AI and specifically agentic AI. AI that can act with purpose, it takes initiative, and it adapts dynamically. How do CISOs know when they're ready to introduce these tools into their SOC?
It greatly depends on the company and the CISO and sort of their appetite. But what I'm suggesting that leaders do is create a menu of services. Go back and think of all the things that you do as a service, and then be able to discuss how much of that today is automated. And then think about that then in terms of what might you allow a decision to be made on without a human in the loop or a partial human in the loop. Be able to articulate your entire program as a collection of services and then be able to socialize that both internally to the team first and then to your stakeholders, right? Say, here's my program, here's my level of automation, and here's where we're going to make decisions and changes and how we're going to do it. Which brings me to the next point of think again about your response actions. So the things that are within your realm to make decisions and do analysis on, and then remember the line at the point at which it touches a customer, and then define how sensitive those customers are internally. So an example, can I go outside of security to take an action on an asset during the workday? So what is the logic there? So it's not that it's bad. It's not bad needs cleaned up, make a decision without a human. It's, are there conditional business logic that you need to think about? Can you do it after hours? Can you do it on holidays? And then also think about your auditors, internal audit, external audit. What are they willing to accept back to your menu of services and your description of the service and your level of automation and decision making? What proof will they require in terms of, typically those discussions are prove to me that you find bad things, explain to me how you always find bad things. What's the description of the mechanisms around that? So think of how that might change. And then the last thing is ask your team, where do you need to be more proactive and where would you like a reminder? That's one of the things that's going to be the wonderful change that we're going to see, where you're going to get a little blip of, hey, something has been found that would have been a tertiary task or a nice to have. Hey, we just saw something. Think of the problem set of what that might be, and then understand, where do I need to improve? Where do I want that reminder? What capability would I add if I could? If I could pay someone to go look for something, what would it be? And then no, that's probably a pretty good use case. And so the combination of all the above gets us into back to failure rates, which Pavoni mentioned, and then reporting on improvements. So you're going to have failures every now and then. You're going to have mistakes, but then the improvements in terms of where you fall on a maturity scale, efficacy scale, and hours saved. Be ready to answer and provide sort of answers to those three. It's going to be a fun ride.